For over 20 years,慈济has been recycling and reusing resources, helping Taiwan reduce the volume of garbage it produces. Together with the dye technology company founded by慈济volunteers, the Buddhist NGO also turns plastic bottles, which would take 1,000 years to decompose, into warm blankets that can also be used for disaster relief. Extending the life of resources and spreading love internationally has a huge impact. But Master Zeng Yan teaches that purification should begin at the source, which means instead of taking our trash to the recycling station, we should stop consuming and wasting, and lead simple and content lives. Pulling, pushing, and throwing rocks. In February 1998, residents of Changhua County's Xizhou Township clashed with police in violent protests over a planned incinerator.
It will foul the air where we stand. I can't allow it.
Whether incinerators or landfills, residents do not want waste treatment facilities nearby. But we are all producers of garbage. Its source is you and I.
The stench is unbearable. It's really intense. Even wearing a mask, you can smell it.
I do it for the earth. If we go on like this, the joy that stirs our hearts eventually blocks the stench.
Turning rejection into acceptance and turning waste into recycling. Master Zeng Yan's call to recycle motivated tens of thousands of loving bodhisattvas and some 20 years of environmental mission. Action spreads from one person to a whole family, to a community, a company, and institutions. From small to big, from one point to a line, to a whole surface, eventually leading to the formation of dye technology. The company takes PET bottles that won't decay for 1,000 years and turns them into thermal blankets. The technology won international recognitions and helps with global disaster relief. In Japan, a warm blanket and a gentle embrace comfort calamity-stricken victims who lost their home and loved ones.
Draping a blanket over that elderly woman, seeing it on her shoulders, it's a moving feeling. It's like we turn something very negative into good use and transform it into warmth. What is needed in the middle of all this is love. We Buddhists say a lotus blooms out of the mud. Everyone can see the filthy mud, but all it needs inside is a loving heart, and its pure nature will ultimately grow into a beautiful flower.
Who would have thought that garbage would become a tool that connects people? The Master now reminds us that purification begins at the source.
这20年的环保，咱应该呢，更上一层楼。这个地球呢，是大地众生啦，情义无情共住的地方吼，所以咱应该爱来疼惜爱。那这个环保呢，精致化吼，清净在源头吼。那希望咱大家人呢，爱动员起来。
Purification at the source means practicing environmental protection at home, returning to a thrifty life, eating and dressing simply, and not grasping after desires.